Let's turn now to Meta. Our Deirdre Bosa joins us now with the latest on Mark Zuckerberg's AI investing spree. And this scoop that you confirmed recently today, I think, is very interesting because it's a name that's been bandied about in the last handful of weeks, at least, on who might be interested in it.
Yes, it is a darling as well, right, in the AI world. And so, according to sources, Zuckerberg approached AI startup and darling Perplexity ahead of his Scale AI deal. Bloomberg first reported the discussions. One source tells me that it was Perplexity that walked away from the deal. Another, though, tells me that it was mutual. Either way, Perplexity adds to this growing list of Zuckerberg's big swings in AI, where he's not just chasing talent, but he's making a play for every layer of the stack. And when he can't buy a company like Ilya Sutskever's SSI, he'll settle for poaching its CEO, as Kate Rooney reported yesterday. Now, this all underscores a narrative, Scott, that I hear repeatedly from sources here, that Meta's campaign is about momentum, not coherent strategy. Perplexity, it's a consumer search AI app. Scale is AI infrastructure. SSI is a mission-driven research lab. They are very, very different companies. And taken together, this push looks less like a roadmap and more like strategic FOMO. In Zuckerberg's case, it could come off as just another rebrand without earning the trust or credibility that comes with it, which is why, Scott, he's had some swings and also some misses.
Maybe Zuckerberg is trying to get that asset, even though he was rebuffed, obviously, according to your reporting, before somebody else does. Maybe that's part of the whole thing. When we were sitting out at WWDC outside of Apple Park, in Apple Park outside HQ, Alex Kantrowitz was like, Apple should buy Perplexity. To him, that was a no-brainer. Yep. So I can't help but think that this is an attempt to get something before somebody else.
I've heard that as well, that an Apple needs a Perplexity or even an Anthropic, even though these startups, remember, they are climbing in value. There's so much money in private markets willing to go into them that it's a high price tag that, yes, only a mega cap can afford. But then there's a question is, do the founders want to sell to a Zuckerberg or a Cook? They're seen as behind and sort of jumping on this super intelligence or AGI bandwagon. A lot of the top, AI researchers that are fetching the highest salaries or the highest bonuses, they care about purpose, right? They're already making a huge amount of money. They want to go somewhere where they can achieve super intelligence. And that's why I think you see Sam Altman, Masayoshi Son talking it up a lot about this purpose. So maybe it's not just salary, but remember that these are researchers that care about cover of Nature magazine or being cited. It's not just cap table to them.
Let's get quickly to one last story, which is a big talker out there, and I know it is, and it's about Coatue Management and Philippe Coatue, well-known tech investor, one of the best and brightest out there for sure, putting out its fantastic 40 list the other day, what they consider to be the next tech order. And the fact that Google is off of it. Microsoft, NVIDIA, Bitcoin, Amazon, Meta, TSMC, Tesla, those are the first 7. I could go through many other names, which public and private markets. Alphabet is nowhere to be found. What do you make of that?
I mean, that is just flabbergasting to me. Whatever you want to say about Alphabet, maybe it's facing this innovator's dilemma, but it is firing on a lot of cylinders as well. And when you compare Meta, right, that's playing catch up and that's had problems with its latest models, its latest Llama models, but then you have Google, a Gemini model is, and this isn't me saying it, by benchmark, third-party benchmarks, is the cheapest and the best model on the market, beating even OpenAI and Anthropic's Claude latest models. I mean, it seems crazy to leave it off this list. And that's just AI. You got Waymo, which I spent a lot of time talking about, expanding rapidly this year. Maybe its search business could be hurt, but I think that covering this company day in, day out, they're doing a lot. It may not be the biggest and the brightest. It may not be number 1 on that list, but certainly it's got to be in the top 40.
I just think when Philippe Lafont does something like that and people hold him in such high regard on his views on tech, that's like a sit back and say, wow, of all the companies.
But, Coatue, once was known as a tourist investor in Silicon Valley. They're not necessarily like an Andreessen Horowitz or a Sequoia Capital.
Dee, thanks. We'll continue to follow it. Deirdre Bosa.